referrals, right? Just want to encourage you guys. We do give gift cards out. We have a system for that. Everybody's used to that. I want to encourage you guys to think of giving the gift cards as an investment in future sales. And we've talked about this before, but you're not going to lose money if you give out gift cards. The chargeback reducer that we have that's designed to reduce chargebacks is designed to be used immediately. It does you no good to delay. You're burning cash. All right, all right. Good morning, Cardinal Nation. Welcome to the Cardinal Friday edition of the Morning Pursuit Call. I am your host, Nicolette Delioso, here to surgically deliver you guys some stone cold insurance knowledge. And I try to do that every Friday for you. Really, I'm just trying to, I rarely have guests on. A lot of Monday through Thursday, they have guests on. If I'm going to be honest, I I don't prep enough for this call. So I don't prep enough to get a guest on. I'm just being brutally honest. So this call by default, because I'm not bringing guests on, it turns into just, hey, what is next for Cardinal? What is next? So here at Cardinal, we begin again. We promote peace of mind. We pursue excellence. So pursuing excellence. What is next for Cardinal? So I try to make this call, give you guys a glimpse of what is happening in the future. I came on to our Wednesday, I think it was our Wednesday episode already, and just talked about some of the changes with Dromo and kind of what is on the what is on the calendar to get done in the business, and that's kind of what this call is about. Just to give you guys a glimpse. So today I'm gonna roll through some stuff with Dromo. I'm gonna roll through what that means, how that's going to affect us long term, how it's going to basically help us make really important decisions about the business. So and that'll all kind of come together. I'll kind of go over that here in a little bit. But so what is Dromo? If you are joining us, if you are looking at us on the socials, on the interwebs, right? You're just checking us out. Well, obviously, Cardinal Senior Benefits, we are all about final expense. We do a little bit of Medicare, but Cardinal Senior Benefits, our product in our mind is the agent experience, and we try to make that product as good as we can. What is the agent experience? How enjoyable is your job capturing as much premium as you can? So we try to do all sorts of stuff on the back end to try to make the agent experience a lot better. There's obviously a lot of different ways we do that, but we've been developing our own in-house CRM, and we're finally transitioning to where it's kind of going to get used at its full capacity. It is vertically integrated with our leads, our appointment setting, our stats reporting and analytics, and it's built just for final expense. All right, let's jump into some stuff here. So, man, I was reading up. I found myself like last night just reading up about Prefontaine and some of his quotes that he had, and I just thought it was really cool. We can improve all the stuff in our back end to make this a better agent experience, to make it a better product for you guys. But at the end of the day, you've got to have a chip on your shoulder, right? Because like Pedro said at the meeting, we're all a little crazy. You gotta be a little crazy to want to be number one or to be one of the best at this, right? And I found myself looking at Prefontaine stuff last night. I came across one of his quotes and I loved it. He said, no matter what, somebody out there is working harder. No matter what, somebody out there is trying harder. No matter what, somebody out there is going to be faster than you. I am that somebody. I love that quote. So it's like, no matter how good the systems can be, you have to think different and let the momentum just carry you through any hard times, right? If you want to be the best, the road to it is you're going to have streaks that you got to work through. Everybody has them. And Nobody is immune to that. So you kind of have to think different. But anyways, okay, let's jump into a couple things to mention before I kind of get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. Um, so referrals, right? Just want to encourage you guys. We do give gift cards out. We have a system for that. Everybody's used to that. I want to encourage you guys to think of giving the gift cards as an investment in future sales. And we've talked about this before, but you're not going to lose money if you give out gift cards. You go through a presentation with somebody, they go through the underwriting process, right? We can't give gift cards to people that buy, but anybody that we go through the underwriting process, we can. And that moment when they're not expecting it and they get this immediate value, there's a lot of goodwill exchanged in that transaction. And that goodwill will transfer in and come right back to you. Maybe not every time, but enough of the time to have a really good ROI. I do think it's short-sighted for the cool people out there to not give one to. I think it's very short-sighted. We look at Pedro's first week working the yes leads, and he got like 5 apps off of just referrals after the fact. By the way, hey, I forgot. Here's your gift card, Miss Jones. And by the way, if you send anybody my way that goes through a qualified quote process, you'll get more of these. So I highly suggest if you go into WhatsApp, you use the link that I put in there. When you're in WhatsApp, I think you hit the information button or something like that. Let me look at it real quick. WhatsApp. Okay. When you go to our CSP chat, I need to put this in a better spot. Okay. Click on the top where it says CSP chat. So once you're in it and it says media links and documents, go to links and you'll see, scroll down a bit, you'll see the Walmart card link. That is what you need to use to have people have a very good experience with the gift card, because you use that Walmart card link that I've sent there and they get it to their email like literally immediately. And there's instant gratification, instant goodwill. And that's when you say, if you want more, send people my way. It's promise you guys, not everybody's going to do it, but if you have 3 out of 20 that are excited about this, it's a great ROI. Great ROI. Okay. All right. Enough of that. I actually only have, I have a decent amount of time left. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that's helpful to realize, like, maybe you have been short-sighted and not utilizing that. It's almost like I'm afraid to invest in this person. It's stepping over dollars to pick up dimes, that old saying, right? It's like investing in goodwill into people always gets returned, typically with more than you put in, right? Anyways, I won't beat this dead horse, but I just think that it's short-sighted not to utilize that as a tool to spread immediate, instant goodwill that can be returned back to you. You can obviously ask for referrals right there in the house, but even just planting that seed in their mind can return some good stuff for you guys. Okay. All right. Let's roll into some more meat and potatoes of the episode. So again, I was talking about the Dromo changes. So with Dromo, like the ultimate goal is we're able to kind of put everything in one singular spot. Okay. What does that mean? So whenever we can get all stats, all policies, everything working all together, then we can start making some really good decisions about show rates, performance per setter, okay? Close rate per setter. So that is information that we'll have in the background of each one of your leads and appointments. Okay. Sorry, each one of your appointments, my bad. We're gonna know who set that appointment in the background, but you've got to update your statuses. You've got to update your outcomes with all of your appointments and all your door knocks. You got to get used to that. If we want these type of analytics to like incrementally improve everything as we go, we've got to start updating everything so we can have accurate data. Now, in Dromo, it's also going to show you the ones you haven't updated. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but it'll show you like I have, 33 appointments that I haven't updated an outcome with, right? Because it knows all your appointments. It already knows that you're going to appointments. I have 33 appointments I haven't updated an outcome with. Okay. It'll also do that for the chargeback reducer. I have 30 clients that I've marked as a client that I haven't put in the policy information with. So 30 clients without policy info is how it'll look in Dromo. Okay. So it's always going to be right there to where you'll always know where you stand. Don't not enter that stuff. That's a double negative. I don't know if I said that right. It doesn't matter. The point is, enter that stuff right when it happens, all the time. It's really easy. Just click, done for that activity. You mark them as a client, okay, boom, put in the information. The chargeback reducer that we have that's designed to reduce chargebacks is designed to be used immediately. It does you no good to delay. You're burning cash. Why? Because the chargeback reducer immediately sends out a handwritten thank you card automatically on your behalf, handwritten thank you card, a welcome text, and then payment reminders for 6 months. And it's a 24/7 answering service that has all the policy details in case they ask it, and then they'll transfer it to you if they need to, right? All that is included with the chargeback reducer. If you wait a month after you wrote it, 2 weeks after you wrote it, that is the most critical time, right? That's the most critical time in a policy's life is those first 2 to 4 weeks. Really just day 1 after you sell it to 30 days after you sell it. That is the most crucial time of a policy's life. That is when most of the fall off happens. Why not maximize that as much as you possibly freaking can? So I mean, this is a free service we provide. So sometimes I get a little frustrated that people don't use a free service that makes them more money. Put that stuff in immediately. That's what it's designed to do. Okay. So that's important. The Dromo changes there. That is all hooked up, right? So mark all of your appointments, mark all your appointments and their statuses or their outcomes, right? And then from those, you'll have all your clients, whether it's a door knock or appointment, put in the policy info as fast as you can. Okay. So on the back end, though, we'll be able to track all of the setters' stats. How many appointments that were shows? What is the PPL? What is the closing rate per setter? So that's going to be really important for us making decisions on the back end. But we've got to get in the habit of using it to fill out everything. So we have a dashboard. So like, I don't mean to call you out, Anthony Price, but you got a lot of appointments to update. I think it's like 700 appointments or something like that to update. So I know everybody's getting used to it. So, but anyways, we've got this dashboard that'll tell us like how many you have to update. And so, yeah. So anyways, every now and then we can call somebody out, but this will be something we'll use like, because everything's in one spot, we'll be able to tell you like, okay, this is what you're going to go see it yourself, but we'll also, if behavior looks off where it's like, you're not updating anything or you're not putting clients in, like we know you're likely burning your own money, and you're not getting the most out of it you can, right? So we'll have a management dashboard where we can have those one-on-one conversations and go through that stuff. We'll also be able to tell, like, from any time period we want, this is what you wrote at this time because you marked them into the chargeback reducer, and this is what your PPL is for what you submitted. But over here, PPL is premium per lead. In case you're newer or haven't ever heard that, this is what your premium per lead is. That's an important metric to track efficiency, and basically it's a really good litmus test for where you're at. Okay, so we'll be able to track premium per lead of submitted business, and we'll also see how that translates to premium per lead for paid business, right? What percentage of what you report is actually paid? It'll be all right there in one spot, and we'll be able to see it. So it's just going to help us make so many decisions. It's going to help us with so much coaching. I mean, it's just an endless amount of things we can do with it when we have all of that data. And so whenever you put stuff in the chargeback reducer, if you don't know, we track all your payments. Or sorry, we track the first two payments. Those are the most important ones. So we check the first two payments. We track all that. That'll all be, we'll have all those analytics for here. Okay, so here's what you submitted, but your PPL is this for what is actually paid. If there's huge discrepancies, we can have these really targeted conversations with agents. So that's why it is so important for you guys to fill all this information out. Plus, fill out all of your outcomes in Dromo. Plus, it's going to save you a ton of time having to do daily and weekly reports. We're not quite there yet, but there is going to be a transition to where we will be almost 100%, on Dromo, and that's all your reporting, right? That's all of your daily reports. Just whenever you do it, it's automatically going to report it, right? There's no manual stuff to fill out. It's already done. So it's going to save you time, and it's going to give us a lot of great insight and be more efficient. And just by using it, you put stuff into the chargeback reducer faster, makes you more money, and so on and so forth. And, we just keep going on and on and on, right? There's just so many benefits to it. So anyways, guys, I hope that was helpful on this Friday edition of kind of the Cardinal Futures call. There's a lot more I wanted to cover, but, there's only 30 minutes on this call, but we will hop back into it next week. I want to leave you guys with just some thoughts. Get your leads, get everything ready, get your mind ready for next week, get all your stuff prepared for next week. Car vacuum, car clean, dry cleaning, haircut, whatever it is. Just get it all ready. I'll leave you with this. Another Prefontaine quote. He says, we can fail and fail and fail, but you're never actually a failure until you start blaming other people. All right? If you don't know who Prefontaine is, he's just like one of the most incredible runners of all time. He basically got Nike on the map with shoes. So highly suggest checking him out. He's got some awesome quotes. But anyways, guys, I hope you'll have an awesome weekend. The week is not over. Go out there and finish up strong, and we will catch you guys Monday morning. See ya.